Hey there fans, welcome to another project update. As always, we give you a project update to let you know what we've accomplished the month before, what's still ongoing, and what's next. And we'll also get into some special topics. That's usually our agenda, and it'll be no different this month. So let's go ahead and jump into it, right? So what we completed in the month of July. I went ahead and I actually completed scene 11.6. Now, I didn't think I was going to be able to do that, but thankfully I was able to do it. And the reason I didn't think I was able to do it is because I took a week off, had vacation time, took the boys camping, right? And then upon my return, Mrs. and I were gonna have some. We went to a concert. We had family time with her family. So there were a number of things that were happening in the month of July that I didn't think I was going to be able to complete that particular scene. Thankfully, though, our very talented editor Mike was able to chop down a good amount, I think about 45 seconds off of the scene. So instead of it being almost 2 minutes long, about a minute and 16 seconds, which is much more manageable, and I was able to complete it. So that's done. The smoothing is done. The visual effects was done. Ready to go. Neil was able to finish scene 11.1, which was really good. So we did that. Knockout character video was uploaded a couple of weeks ago. I think it was towards the middle part of the month. I'm not 100% sure, but I will put the link in the description below so you guys can check that out. In case you haven't, we gave a lot of good detail, a lot of good information on there. We talked about how Knockout, the role that Knockout was going to play in this film, his transition from Decepticon over to Autobot, how he's discovering certain things, right? A lot of good detail in there. I highly recommend you check it out, especially if you're a huge Knockout fan. You'll definitely get a kick out of that video. What else? Nolan was able to finish the score. Nolan and James were able to finish the score for scene 10. Obviously, we uploaded scene 10, and we will discuss more about scene 10 in our special topics area. What's ongoing? Vicky's still working on 11.4. She's about 80% done. She should be able to finish this month in August, which will be really good. If she does finish, I will, as mentioned before, I will transition her over to scene 18.10. Excuse me. My concern right now is that we've got a lot of work to do on 18. There's 12 sub scenes. We've only done 4, so there's 8 left. So we really need to tackle 18 as soon as possible. Score for scene 11.1. Nolan is working on that score. Unfortunately, he's texted me between today and yesterday and advised me that he's having some technical issues with an external hard drive. It basically broke. And so this may cause a delay. I had scene 11.1 to be scheduled for release on the 21st of this month, which was, if I'm not mistaken, it's the third Saturday of the month. I'm not sure if we're going to keep it there or if we're going to push it back to the 28th. If you're on Facebook, follow us on Facebook. We do create events on Facebook, so we will let it be known on Facebook when the next release is. So it's either going to be the 21st at 11 a.m. or the 28th at 11 a.m. That's that. What's next? So Neil has been given scene 11.13. That is the last sub scene that needs to be worked on for scene 11, right? As far as getting the animatic completed, right? I think I have to smooth everything from 11.8 all the way to 11.14, which isn't going to take me that long, to be quite honest with you. These guys, between Neil and Vicky, their work is really getting a lot of traction. So there's minimal tweaking that has to be done. So I should be able to move through that pretty quickly. As a matter of fact, I was going to start working on scene 11.8 as far as the smoothing goes. However, depending on how much of that goes, I may start it. I'll take a look at how long it is. And then once I'm done with that, I'm going to transition over to doing 18.1. As a matter of fact, I've been working between yesterday and today. I've been working on reorganizing and reshuffling scene 18. What do I mean by that? When I got the scene, or the animatic from Adrian, right, is a 2D animatic. What I did was I just put in the voice acting lines, just dropped them in there and kind of matched them up, but I did not focus in on the timing. So what I want to do is I want to focus in on the timing, so that way when it goes to the animators, they're not confused, right? And not only that, but I also want Mike to do what he did for scene 11 do it on scene 18. There's so much stuff in there that we don't need, and if we cannot animate it, I'd rather not do it, right? I'd rather not waste the time. So I'll be reworking scene 18 this month as well. Once that happens, I will jump into scene 18-1, because like I said, we need to start tackling 18. I'm concerned. I don't want to get to scene 17, and then there's a gap between 17 to 18 of over a month, right? I don't want that to happen. I'm sure you guys don't want that to happen either. The next character bio that we're going to work on is Blastoff. It's been a while since we've done any of the Combaticons, so I figured we'll go ahead and tackle him, and obviously like we've done with all the other characters, we'll give you some inside information on who he is, his character traits, right, and the role that he plays within the project. So that's that. That's about it as far as our project updates. Let's go ahead and go into our special topics section, and let's go ahead and talk about Scene 10. Scene 10. Got some good reviews. A lot of you guys left comments. You guys are liking it. You guys are loving the direction of the film. Many of you guys have posted that this is really starting to pick up now. It's getting really interesting, right? In this particular scene, we see Ratchet and Smokescreen. They make their way over to the Hall of Wisdom. We covered that in scene 2, so if you haven't seen scene 2, I'm not sure why, but check it out, and that kind of leads into this particular scene 10. They get there, and their goal is to find the Covenant of Primus. Thankfully, Smokescreen has worked with Alpha Trion, so he knew where he kept it, or at least where he would have kept it, and they were able to find it. Now, at the end of the scene, we see Ratchet saying that he's going to spend some time deciphering the contents within the Covenant of Primus. Now, one thing that we did change from previous continuities is the Covenant of Primus, specifically in Beast Wars, was kind of like a book, right? It's more like a book. Well, in this case, we're at such, I think pretty much Transformers Prime has established that Cybertronian technology is pretty advanced, and they store data in certain relics or containers, right? The container that I'm thinking about is the container that shot data into Bulkhead's head. I think it was I'm not sure if it was season 1 or I think it was season 2, because that formula or that level of intelligence was what gave them the formula to make synthetic energon, right? So, actually it might have been scene 1. I can't remember. I actually can't remember if it's scene 1 or scene 2. Anyhow, so we figured that the Covenant Primus, since it holds data, it would be stored in some type of a relic of that manner. So we kind of went along with that level of thinking. Again, it's a really cool scene. It really gives us some indication of the direction the film is going to go in. Obviously, Ratchet is on a quest, and really this scene really pays homage to events that took place in Beast Wars. As you guys know, I'm a huge Beast Wars fan. Transformers Prime, Beast Wars for me, right? And so this project gives homage and pays respect to many different continuities of Transformers. We have references from G1, from Beast Wars, from Transformers Animated. Heck, I did a new character of Jetfire for the third film that's really, the color scheme is really reminiscent to Jetfire from the Unicron trilogy, right? So even though I'm not a big fan of that trilogy, however, there were some certain things that were cool, and I just wanted to take certain bits and pieces out of it, the cool stuff that I think. Anyhow, so check that out. Put the link in the description below for that. Scene 11 breakdown and release date. We talked about it a little bit already. I'm not sure. It was scheduled to be the third Saturday of this month. Due to Nolan's technical issues, we may push that back to the 28th. I'm not 100% sure, because we're still determining the severity of the issue with the hard drive, right? He's spoken to a couple of tech repair shops to see what can be done and get some quotes. And honestly, the quotes that he's been given are pretty astronomical, and it may be considered a loss. So we may have to deviate from doing what Nolan was doing temporarily. Also, we may have to just go with regular basic audio from me. Again, what we're uploading into YouTube is not the final product. So I'm okay if the audio is subpar for these uploads. For the DVD, we want it polished, we want it clean, we want it better, so we want it higher quality grade. So I'm okay for now to do that, and then we find a solution, and then for the DVD, we fix it. Last couple of things that I wanted to talk about. I wanted to reiterate, or I wanted to clarify what's happening with the GoFundMe. A lot of questions are still coming to me, and a lot of you guys have voiced your concerns about how it's really not 100% fair, that you guys are not going to get to see the final product. Now, I didn't do a good job of clarifying this in my Q&A video. I made the decision last December to acquire a render farm or a new laptop, because Jonathan gave me the suggested recommendation of just getting a laptop at a high capacity solely for rendering, which I'm still in the process of deciding, and more than likely I may go in that direction. However, so I made the decision that we were going to render it, and the rendered version was going to go to folks who contributed to getting the software, the equipment that we need. That holds true as long as we don't hit our goal. This is what I mean. Our goal was 20,000 in our GoFundMe campaign. If we hit the 20,000, then we can get the software that we need, or the hardware, excuse me, the hardware and the software that we need. We're good to go. We'll post it on YouTube rendered if we hit our goal, right? Now, the ones who contributed the 30 or more, they'll still get the DVD as a special thank you gift. If we hit the 20K, everybody will get to see the rendered version on YouTube. But the ones who contributed that dollar amount or more will get the extra thank you gift. Now, if we don't hit it, if we don't hit the 20K, then we'll just do the non-rendered version YouTube that we've been doing, and then only the people who contributed that dollar amount or more are the ones that'll still get the special gift. So I hope that provides the clarity around the rendered topic. Cool? If you have any additional questions, reach out, let me know, and I'll clarify. Last two things I want to talk about is Netflix series Kingdom. It came out. There was a poll that came out, and I kind of gave it a subpar rating, or I shouldn't say subpar. I gave it a mediocre rating out of 5 stars. I think I gave it 3. It was the best out of the 3, right? Out of the 3 series, but it still didn't blow me out of the water. There were a couple of things there were many things that I didn't like with it. We actually watched it on the 29th, on the day of the twins' birthday, after we celebrated their birthday for dinner, or we went to their birthday dinner. We came back and we watched all 6 episodes. A couple of things that I'll just touch on is that I really did like the models for all the Beast Wars characters. I like the update. Actually, I like the modeling for those characters way more than I like the ones for the Autobot and Decepticons. So I thought that was a good update. Obviously, the animation is fluid, the special effects, all of that, for all 3 were really great. I can't say anything about that from a visual aspect. It was really good. I did not like the voice acting. Every other line had a pause, and it drove me absolutely nuts. I mean, strategic pauses are great, but not every line and not every character. I think that was bad. The voice casting was also not good. Megatron was, I mean, my gosh, I can't believe the director heard that and said, yes, that's the Megatron. He got the voices pretty close on a lot of the other Beast Wars characters, but for Megatron, I mean, complete fail. Optimus Primal could have also used some additional work. Wasn't too crazy about Optimus Primal, but that was that. And also, I do think that there were certain characters that were thrown in there just for the heck of it, just to sell toys, maybe, from Hasbro's aspect, right? The Ark is one of those things that drives me nuts. Michael Bay did it, and I didn't like it, and I didn't like it here. If you're going to add characters, add them for a purpose and a reason. The next thing is there was a Rise of the Beast article that came out by T-Formers a couple of days ago, and I do want to talk about this. I don't have the time to talk about it on this video, so I'm going to do another video separate tackling some of the items that are mentioned in this article. I think it's worth digging into. I want to talk about those things and also make some recommendations, some ideas that I have, because honestly, based on this article, it seems like Hasbro has some concerns regarding the outcome or the current status of Snake Eyes, and some of the mixed reviews about Kingdom. So I'll touch on that, and I'll give some recommendations as to what I think what Hasbro should do in order to make this better. That's it, guys, for now. Thank you so much for joining with us. Take care. Till next time. Peace out.